Hi, welcome. My name is Ariana Marie. I want to welcome you to my channel. This is my first video on YouTube, and I'm so excited. It's been a long time coming now. For those of you who follow me on Instagram or here today, I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. I love connecting live with you on Instagram, but I'm so excited for this new platform and to allow myself to speak and get these messages that want to come out of my vessel and to you guys. So thank you so much if you're watching. I would greatly appreciate the likes and the subscribes as I'm building this channel up. But if you're just here visiting and listening, I welcome you and I thank you as well. So it's been a couple of days and this message has really been wanting to come through. I've been getting information from my higher self, my guides, to put this through for January and moving into this new year of 2022. If you do follow me on Instagram, you would have heard some of my messages. So I invite those who are finding me on this platform to find me on Instagram at Blooming Prism. But I'm not going to kind of go too much into forecasting for January, but I did want to mention again the importance of aura and cleansing. It's coming up. It's coming up. And if this is new to you, amazing. And if this is something that you already practice, amazing as well. And let this just be a reminder to you for all the information going through this video. And I also, before I start going into it, I do want to say that this is my truth. This is only a slice of the truth. There are many truths. But for those that this resonates, this is for you. This is for you. And I hope this is very helpful and useful in your day-to-day lives. So what we're talking is auras. You may be familiar, you may not be. There's different names for the auras. There's different layers for the auras. And we could go into a full conversation of what the auras are, but I'm just going to kind of touch on them right now and give you my perspective of what they are, because we're sitting in a time where connecting in with ourself and understanding ourself is going to be really important. So the aura is the field around the body. It's the auric field. It is the 7 layers, which I believe to be more than that, but you know, they're the layers of the dimensions I feel within us. So they are not they. It's one big body of information, of downloads, of memories, of all of this kind of storage place. And I asked my guides to come up with something that I could describe it so we could understand it, because this is something we don't see unless we take a image with the camera and we see the colors and things like that. But not all of us, some of us can see auras, but not all of us can see them with our eyes. And so I wanted a description of what the auras are to kind of explain it. And what I feel the auras are is a holographic body that we can't see. And it's like an email. So when you pick up your phone, you have a little button you push and it's emails. We can't see all the emails when we pick up your phone until we push that button. And then there they are. That's kind of what the aura is. They're like files. They're information. They're where our higher self is connected in with. So if we're starting to talk with connecting in with our higher selves, we have to be really aware of our auras and how clean our auras are, what we're picking up in the aura, all of that stuff. And so this video is going to be mainly on how to cleanse the aura. This is going to be an invitation to do daily practice in cleansing the aura and kind of looking through the aura and seeing what are projections, what is mine. It's really starting to learn yourself in a multi-dimensional way. So that's what this is about. That's what that's about. But I did want to start off on what I am referring to with auras as I move forward, kind of talking about the cleansing of that body. At some point too, I am going to put a introduction of who I am. So if you don't have Instagram, you kind of get a understanding of who I am. But for this video, I'm going to kind of just jump right in, because it's been right here, and it's been like, this needs to come out. This is important. We're sitting in a new day and age where we have COVID. We have so much changing and shifting. We're going to be going into a peak of high action. So yeah, so I'm gonna kind of leave it there and kind of jump into cleansing of the aura. But I hope that helped with a little understanding of what it is and why it's important. It's our connection in with who we are, with source, with higher self, with all of that. So yeah, let's dive in. And you may see me looking around if you're new to me and learning about my style. I look around. I'm always looking for signs outside, and I have a beautiful scene of trees and birds right in front of me. So that's what's going on there. But okay, let's make this just fun and simple. It has been brought into my awareness that this is something that has to be done if we want to feel aligned and feel better, I guess, healthy. We're talking health. This is for health now. We are having a new variant of I'm not going to kind of go into that because, you know, this isn't what this channel's about, but we do have different variants of different things going on. And so variety is going to be key to cleansing the aura. You can do a practice of one thing all the time, but it is fun to mix and match. I also do want to mention that you don't need any of this either. You don't need it. We're going to end with what you can do if you have none of these tools. So please stay, tuned for that, or watch on for that. But this is for the people like me who love tools. I love to work with tools. That way we can enhance our lives with just tools. So when I say tools, we're going to go into the tools now, what I'm talking about. But again, you don't need any of this. This is just my perspective. This is the way my inner child works. This is the way I find connecting with myself to be fun. Okay, so I really like to connect first and foremost. I'm going to start with the ones I like to connect with first for my aura. And I am a double air sign, a double Gemini with a Capricorn moon. But I really like to work with air. I have these beautiful feathers, and these were all gifted to me by Spirit on my spirit walks, or when I go out and connect. They're needing to be put together because I found a lot more of them recently. And they're very gentle tools from a beautiful essence of air, the birds. So taking care of these are very important to me. So I'm not going to wave these around right now, but you can absolutely clear with feathers. Yeah, these are the only ones that I didn't find on my own. Wouldn't that be amazing? I don't have any peacocks around me, but the rest were all found and gifted by Spirit, by bird. Okay, so that's the first one I'm going to go into because but I'll work with this one because it's a little easier to show on camera. So when we're moving through our aura, we're going to want to sweep away, and you're going to sweep away with intention. This is an important element, is the intention. The intention makes everything magical, I guess, and really you connecting in. If we just sit here and we kind of go through the motions, you can get an effect of it, but being really connected in. And these practices could be either morning or night. They can be both. I like to work with dusk and dawn. If you know about me, I am in my own Alvin studies, and that is where the Alvin nature of me connects in with dawn and dusk. But really wiping through your auric field. And it, for me, feathers give me like a tingly feeling, and it's a very light and airy feeling. So when I clean my aura with a feather, it feels like I'm connecting in with air, that I'm uplifted, that I'm light of heart, like all of these good, and I say good, not as good as bad, but all of these warm and fuzzy feelings is what I get with feather. And it's almost like when you wake up and there's nothing really on your mind, there's nothing been bothering you from the night before, you're kind of just sitting in reverence of the day, the beauty of the day. It's a nice technique with feather. So that would be one of my favorites. The next would be incense. These are fairly inexpensive. Hawk is literally, guys, can I show you? Hawk is sitting there on the truck. This is my first YouTube, and I don't know how to pause the video, but Hawk, I see you, I recognize you. I had the hawk feather. Oh, let me take a moment. I know this is YouTube and not Instagram Live, but I'm in awe. Oh goodness, I wish I could show you. How absolutely beautiful. But if I pause it, I'm on my phone recording and I will not be able to perhaps like get back into the flow. So how beautiful. See, connecting in, I'm just in awe. I'm in awe. I'm going to pause the video for just a minute. Give me just a minute. Okay, we're back. Whew, that took my breath away. That took my breath away. He jumped off and he's wandering around the yard now. So let's get back in to beautiful aura cleansings. I would say incense would be my second. I am a very visual and very, I kind of am airy. I'm airy. I'm in the clouds, okay? So by watching the actual ribbons of smoke going along the aura is so beautiful, because you can almost do a practice where you see things, you see rings, you see faces, you see things, and it's really beautiful to connect in. And it, like I said, it's inexpensive to buy a pack of incense. I think a 10-pack of my favorite brand is like $2.85 at the natural grocers. And you don't have to use so much. You don't have to use the whole stick, which means you have a lot of usages with this, because for me, I want to be mindful with all of these beautiful gifts, So just running it through your field with ribbons and watching that is absolutely beautiful. You're working with air again and fire and the herbs of what this incense is. You know, earlier I was doing my cleanse and I was working with geranium, rose, and patchouli. So very much the heart chakra and grounding down into the heart. So I love that. Thirdly, I love obsidian. Obsidian is one that I often recommend to clients because it is so tactile. It's easy to take with you if you travel. It's like a bar of soap. It doesn't have to be this big, but this is my favorite obsidian. It's a golden sheen. And so you just rub it through your aura like a bar of soap. Now what I tell people is we may be able to get away with not having a shower for a day, 2 days. After 3, 4, 5 days, we can notice the buildup of what is on us. That is going to be why any kind of obsidian is good as like a bar soap for the aura. Rubbing it through the field like a soap really cleanses the aura. It has the element of fire within it because it's made of fire. And so it's one of my top recommendations. But I do follow it up with white light. And so this is my selenite bar, and I call them like my little aura bar soaps. And then I will go back through and clear any leftover residue from the obsidian and kind of smooth it out. Rubbing aura is a great way to mirror back to you what projections you've been collecting. Okay, so we're talking the aura being a field that is out this way. Your aura is always in connection with the others around you, even if you don't know. I have a cool story that I want to kind of share with you too, is that I was at the table. I have 2 children at home, 1 out of the home. But anyways, I was at the table and my daughter was in front of me. I was looking at my partner, talking to him, and she says, "Why are you staring at me?" And she's really connected in. And what she was sensing was either a piece of me or a part of my aura looking back at her as well. So even though this may sound very out there, it's kind of more mainstream now to understand these things, that just what we have here is not our completeness. So you may be standing in line at the grocery store and your higher self is talking with the next one over, or maybe picking up the bad mood of this one or that one, or maybe enjoy because of this one's laughing. There's always records going on within, and it's all connected in with the aura. I could go stand in line at the grocery store with headphones on, not hearing music, not hearing anybody, just kind of checking in. That wouldn't mean that my aura was not getting those frequencies. So that's why it's really important to be mindful of what music you listen to, what's on the TV. Just because the TV is in the background and you're not kind of focusing in, there is an aspect of you that is focusing in on that and recording that. And all that can be stored in the aura. So this is a good reflection to see, is this my energy or is it a projection? It's kind of like a mirror, like allows reflection to come through. And it's also beautiful white light. And it's one of my top 4 cleaning a room. Okay, so there's that. The next one I like and that I use often are sprays. This is a spray I made for the new year, and what I do is just kind of allow that to go through my field. This is water essence. This is whatever is within this. So this one has pine and it has frankincense and lemon. So what I've created here is a cleanse and replenish, because as we're cleansing, we want to replenish. And I'm going to talk about deep cleaning in a second and why it's important to replenish. But this one is just beautiful, and you don't need a lot. You don't need to go crazy with it. Again, we're talking about sacred oils, sacred essential oils that are being put into that. But also, if you do have it, use it. Don't let it go stale. But yeah, so just spraying. And you really get to know your aura, and you get to know the plants as well. That's why, pine is really like a resin. So this one is, you have to work with it slowly. You can't be pumping away at it. So I love it. And I get them from a lot of different people. Of course, my brother in Hawaii. Amazing. This is what my bottles look like. So those are going to be something I talk about in a later video. Let's see what else. Okay, this one is not one that I use by myself, but this is something that I would do with a client, with a friend, in a very protective space. you can do candle, and you can actually light a candle. Green is mostly for health. You can light the candle, and if you are okay with it dripping on you and all this, like I said, fire safe. Have water, because when you're working with fire, it's one of the elements that is very powerful and very should be held with respect. So just be mindful of the fire spirit. But running your aura with actual fire flame, you can do that. And I say having a pair up just to watch for any craziness with, being mindful with hair and all that stuff. But it is doable. And I wanted to mention that. Um, let's see what else. Okay. A popular one is sage. I'm sure everybody knows, because this is very mainstream now, about sage. But I do want to mention that sage is probably on the least favorite of mine, just because of the scarcity, and it's been overdone. It's been overdone. So I was gifted this. This came in a package. So what I would do with this is I would deconstruct it. I would never light it, and this is again my reflection on it. Please, just take it as that. Um, but to burn it like that is a huge, huge amount of plant that can go up in flames real quick. So what I do is I deconstruct it. I have some here, and I would break off just one little twig. That's all you need. And you can either burn this again with a fire safe bowl, like you could put it in the little candle, and then you can allow that smoke to go through your auric field. You can also crunch it up and put it into your body that way. But it is popular. I totally understand, and it is beautiful, and it does a beautiful job of clearing the aura. But just being mindful of the amount of time it takes that plant to produce what we can harvest. So there we go with that. And that leads us to the same thing with the Palo Santo. The Palo Santo is very popularized now, which can endanger trees. It can endanger a plant. And so what you can also do is just make an ashy paste, and you can rub that ash right into your body, and it kind of floats back up into your aura. You can't see it on camera, but it's just a light mist, and you can work with the ash of Palo Santo. And you can also burn it and put that into your aura as well. It's a nice filler for your energy field. It is very nurturing to me. It feels very warm, very friendly, very healing, very healing. So, this one would be good perhaps if you're down, uh, like on health. Your health has been kind of, Palo Santo is good for health, and pairing it with sage is very good for the health. So again, showing up to your practice with what is going on. What emotions are you feeling? What's your body feeling? That's going to be your deciphering factor on what tool you want to work with. So see, can you see the little ashes coming down? You can just work with the ash as well. I'll probably breathe it in and start coughing if I do that. Okay, so the next one, this is an unfinished project, but these are all from last year. These are all sage twigs, except for this one. This is an actual twig. But what I'm going to do is make a little broom with all the little twigs that I had burnt. And so I'm going to do that, and I can work with it through like a comb, like a broom through my aura. And then at Samhain, when we do bonfire, I can release that into the fire. So that is like a fun, crafty way to do with if you do have sage and twigs of it that have not burnt, you can make a broom with it, and the plant is with you a lot longer. Like this will be with me for the next several months. And they have been with me for over a year, and now I have enough to make a little broom. So that is a beautiful way to work with things. I only have a couple more. Salt. Salt, salt, salt. Let's talk salt. Okay, so salt, this is salt that I've created with my children. So I get crafty with my children, and I give them the tools as well, or I provide, I don't want to say, I allow them the space to create what they need, but I provide those tools to them so that they can create, if that makes sense. And what we did was we all made our salts, and our salts are filled with cacao and filled with intention and filled with all that. This is great for space clearing as well. You can put a little bit in laundry, just a pinch, if you've been working with clients, or if you've been in like a kind of a toxic situation. You can clear your clothes with that. You can clean your floors with it, but you can also shake it through your aura, and that helps. But I always say salt has to have some like cacao or green tea leaves, or things that will fill you back up right away. Because here we go, salt. I'm not going to rub it through my aura, and I'll tell you why. Salt is a heavy duty aura cleanser, and I was trying to understand why it was so, and I asked the guides, and it came in literally 2 nights ago at 3 a.m. in the morning. And I was like, okay. What they showed me was, it's like, again, the reference to the email. It's like opening up your email and pushing delete all without knowing who was there. Just delete all. So salt is going to be heavy duty clearing, which sometimes we need that. Now, if we've been in the hospital, if we've been, I don't know what would need salt in your day-to-day life. And I don't want to like project anything, but you would know. But it's for heavy, heavy, heavy duty cleansing effect. Very, very sterile after salt in the aura. If you do it on your body, not so much, because you have the Epsom salt, the salt, and essential oils normally. But if you're rubbing with intention this is a block of pink salt through your aura, you're going to get a really, really deep cleanse. And with that, I would say always kind of go back through and find your filler of what you'd want to fill in with. Rose is really beautiful. Like if I were going to clear a deep cleaning with rose or with salt, I would clear with salt, and then I would go in with rose essential oil to fill me back up, to fill my aura back up. It's good in trauma work, because we're talking things that are in your aura. We're talking about memories. We're talking about lots of different things that are there. So that's what I'm going to end. Oh no, I have a couple others. But I did want to mention salt and the potency of salt, because it is very, very, very cleansing. Okay, so sound, me being a sound worker, working with sound with clients, whatever label, sound healer. I don't stick by labels too much, but me working with sound a lot, I of course would clear my aura with sound. You can do rattles, and you can do bells. And bells feel really nice to end it even. But again, the point is making it as simple and as doable as possible. So if it's grabbing a bell when you wake up, if it's grabbing a feather when you go to bed, whatever it is, just making it very, very doable for yourself and fun. Keep it fun. So there is all the info. I have a little timer going, and we're about a half hour in. I would love to follow up with any questions, and I think I will do that on my Instagram. Or if you have questions, please put them below. I am going to definitely be checking questions on here. So definitely leave questions below as well. Um, I hope that was helpful for you guys. I hope that gave you some inspiration. I hope it was a great reminder if you do these things like, hey, I need to get back onto the aura cleansing, because, like I said, we have a climax of a year. And stay tuned for like another video of a forecast, because I am an intuitive reader of energies. But this one is mainly for aura cleansing. That way it's short, it's to the point, and for those who just need a little reference point on what aura is and how to cleanse it. But again, if you have questions, let me know. If you'd like to go into deeper thoughts, let me know. But for my first video, I'm going to keep it short. I'm so thankful to be on here. I'm so thankful if you did make it to the end of this video. I would greatly appreciate, like I said, the likes. Share generously if this was resonating with you, or if you know someone who would like it, please share it out. And I think that is all. Until next time. Until next time. We'll see where this leads us. We'll see where these videos lead us. And just excited to build this community here on YouTube. So thank you so much. I love you. I love you. I'm going to try to upload this now. And yes, thank you so much. We'll talk soon.